So in 8th grade, we all had to take a Spanish class course to pass. There was no option for any other foreign languages, which was pretty much directly the opposite in high school. You didn't have to take a foreign language class, but there were so many. There was Japanese, there was Chinese, there was German, there was French, there was Spanish, there was Dutch. There was a lot of them. So in middle school, we only had to do one of them, and it was the only one there was, Spanish. So I had to take it with a teacher called, let's just call her, give her a fake Spanish name. I'm gonna call her Mrs. Puta, which is Spanish for bitch. So the only reason I even use that word is I really use it only if somebody really deserves it. I'm just not running around calling women that word. So anyway, Mrs. Puta was probably just crazy, because I mean it just seems like every time I was there, she would just start up political things, and it was always just, oh, I don't like that Donald Trump is president, back when he still was in 2017. So, I don't even know why it matters. Like, I would never even bring it up. She was just like, oh, I know Hillary Clinton's gonna win, and when she didn't, then I was all, I told you so, and it would shut the fuck up about it, please. It's getting really annoying. Like, I'm not gonna bring politics into something unless somebody is the same political party as I am, because it doesn't matter what you think of who. It's just kind of stupid. I mean, like, I guess I don't like Biden that much, but I'm not gonna start talking about why I don't like him. I have better things to do. Honestly, I guess he's president for the time being. There's nothing I can really do about it, honestly. But she would just always bring it up, and I feel like if I knew her nowadays, she'd be talking about how much she liked Biden, how much she hated Trump, how much whatever, how much anything. And I would probably just wear that Donald Trump shirt, Donald Trump hats that I make Cletus wear, just to annoy her if I had it, just so she would just get annoyed about it. Because I mean, like I said, I don't really like to start political controversies or anything. If you're one party, good for you. If you're another, good for you. Um, but she was just always ridiculous about that. That was one thing I didn't like about her. And another thing that she always did was she always favored the girls in the class. And I don't know why. I mean, I understood why one teacher favored the girls, because there was only one girl in the damn class. And I mean, she didn't even really favor her. She was just a little bit nicer to her than everybody else. And in the video I did yesterday where I talked about the hair metal, I had mentioned that the teacher that was terribly annoying when she said it was a big pain and everything. It was just the same teacher and stuff, so she had just said she didn't like me very much or whatever, and I didn't like her very much. It was just one of those situations, you don't like me, I don't like you, and everything. And she had also pretty much just favored the girl in the class, because I don't know why, it was just stupid. She just did. But even the girl said she didn't like her very much, and I'm not even gonna make up a fake name because she's not very relevant to the story as it is. She was in that class, but it was still a good even mix of boys and girls, and I just mean she would just always favor the girls, would always like give them like candy or something when they did good or whatever, would always just be nicer to them, even only let the girls stay after school to get extra help. She only let the girls do it. Like, I would always walk by and I would always just see that there was like 3 girls in that class, and just after school, just sitting there, and it was goofy, honestly, and it just really got under my skin about it. How she was saying, "Oh, Donald Trump is so sexist and everything," and then again, I'm not gonna get into that. Some people just think that about certain people. I'm like, you're being fucking sexist. I don't understand. I mean, so it's only sexist when men do it. So it's only sexist when men favor other men, but it's not sexist when women favor other women. I don't get it. That's pretty much some of the most backwards logic over there. It just made me think of somebody from work, how it was a gay guy who used to be there, that apparently it's only okay for him to hit on other men, but if I hit on a girl, nope, 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 that's bad. But I never did, though. But I mean, he was just got to do it freely. But it was goofy anyway. It just made me think of that. But anyway, I was getting sidetracked. So another thing that she did that was also really stupid was we had to do this one Spanish type of project, and I think one of the things that she did, it was like it was do a Spanish word for every letter of the alphabet, and I don't remember what snowman is in Spanish, but I just ended up picking whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. Maybe I'll look it up in Google Translate and put a little text thing. I'll try to see if I can find it. It might not even be correct, anyways. But I'll try to find it and see what snowman is in Spanish. But I put for snowman, I did, and at the time I was really into Star Wars. I still am, but I was just excited because it had been the first Star Wars movie out in like almost 20 years, I think. Because the last Star Wars movie that came out was Phantom Menace and. Or wait, no. I'm trying to think. The last Star Wars movie that came out was Revenge of the Sith, and that was in 2004 or 5, I think. And then it was the next Star Wars movie for like 13 years. There wasn't. That was when Force Awakens came out in either 2017, I think. So I ended up seeing that, and I really liked it to the point where I drew a snowman with a lightsaber, and I even clearly made it look like a lightsaber and everything, and it was just really goofy and all that. And she had even thought it was a knife or a murder weapon or something. She thought I was a psychopath and was all gave my mom a big long call and everything, and told her that she was worried about my safety and all that, and was saying that it was bad for me, and that she actually was somebody who was like a state psychologist or something, and she could actually end up sending this to the state or whatever, and essentially could either just throw me in a mental hospital or get me out of my family's house. So it was just ridiculous because she thought I was a crazy person who drew things of murdering people. So yeah, that was another really ridiculous thing she did, and it just a lot of the stuff she did just really made me angry, honestly. And I was glad to be out of her class and all that. And believe me, if I had to choose, I would never do Spanish again. I would probably drink my own piss or get stung by 700 million scorpions and have to deal with her again. But then the last thing that she did that was super annoying was actually two more things. I remember I had was being funny, and I had literally like a super dull pencil, and I think I was just pretending. I don't even remember what I was pretending. I think I was doing Star Wars again, and I was like, "Oh look!" And the pencil was so dull that it couldn't even write. It was like you've seen those dull ass pencils where there's no lead in them at all. And I just put it up to my neck and was being funny. It was like, "Oh look at me! I got stabbed with a lightsaber! Ha ha ha!" And then she had to call my mom again and thought I was how do I phrase this? She thought I wanted to unalive myself. I know that the one S word that means the same thing can be triggering to some people, so I don't want to say it. But she assumed that I wanted to unalive, delete myself, like make sure I was 6 feet under. She assumed that's what I wanted to do because I put a dull pencil up to my neck and said it was a lightsaber. Look at me. And she gave my mom another big call and she was like, "I'm concerned that your son wants to unalive himself, and I am very worried, Mrs. Cook. I think that he needs mental help, and you might be neglecting him as a child because you haven't done anything about this." And I literally heard it because it was on speakerphone. My mom was all, "This crazy lady again," because she knew that she was full of bullshit, honestly, and didn't know what she was thinking. And then, okay, here's the very last thing that she did that was super annoying. She pretty much, had failed me on a Spanish project because she thought I was cheating. It seems like teachers always just use that for leverage. If the project or the whatever is too good, and then they think you're cheating, I guess. They just don't accept that some students are pretty smart. They just don't understand. So I even actually had a little bit of help from this. My mom purchased a Spanish dictionary for me, so I know what Kumo and Poro means. That's a Despicable Me reference if you don't get it. But anyways, yeah, I would be able to know what words meant and stuff, and I'd write them down, be able to figure them out and all that. And we're supposed to do a Spanish project about my family, so you would say, "Oh, this is my grandpa, and my grandpa does this, and this is my uncle does this is my brother, and he fucking smokes crack," whatever. You could just say the stuff about your family, but it all had to be in Spanish. So I would, the funny part was, that was actually really cool, was she let you use cartoon characters. I used The Simpsons, I used Family Guy characters, and I had Quagmire be my dad or something. It was kind of funny. So I had done that and everything, and I had put something just about random stuff. "Oh, my grandpa's gonna be having his 50th wedding anniversary this year, and this is my cousin. She doesn't like doing dishwashing and stuff and all that. This is whoever, and they like this. This is my dad, and he went to jail. I'm just kidding. But just stuff like that. You could just put whatever you wanted that was true about them. And my uncle, actually, I think he is from Spain. I think, I don't know. So he actually knows Spanish really well. So, and also my cousin, I think she studied Spanish in either high school or middle school or something. So I actually had called them up, and when I was working on the project and all that, I'd actually asked them for a bit of help, and asked all that. So I was able to do it, and one of the things that she put on the project was do not use Google Translate. So, okay, that makes sense. So then I turned in the project, and she gave me like a D minus, and I was all super confused, and she didn't even tell me why. And then I asked her why, and she said it was because you used Google Translate. And I said, no, I didn't. She was all, yeah, you did. And I said, well, can you prove it? And she was, well, I just know you did. So just teachers do that. A lot of teachers and parents and whoever just use because I said so or whatever, or because I'm your parent, because I'm your teacher or whatever, just because um, they have no leverage sometimes. So I feel like it would just be super annoying if police officers did that. Well, you broke the law. What law did I break? I just know you broke the law. Stop arguing with me. I'm gonna tase you. Fucking die. Yeah, it's stupid. So, anyways, that is pretty much the story of my crazy, absolute, sociopathic, delusional, insane teacher that I hope is dead right now. So, I don't like them very much at all. Probably one of my least favorite teachers. So, if they know who they are. So, if they're watching this video, I hope you choke to death. I'm just kidding. I don't hope that, but I just hope that you're a better person, and I hope that you aren't like that towards your students anymore, because you honestly made my life in school when I had them pretty much a living hell. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everyone.